Despite the enactment of the SIM Card Registration Act, text scams are still prevalent and continue to victimize many users. Let's go through some of these scams. All right, so some texts say that your number has won a big prize and you need to send them money by clicking on the link they provided in order to claim it. Then there are also texts saying that your account has expired and you need to take action immediately to retain the number. And then there are messages pretending that a package has been delivered to you, and if you haven't received it, then you need to inform them by clicking the link. There are also invites to play games where they will tell you that you can win big prizes such as cash or gadgets. And there are also texts saying that you've been fined under the No Contact Apprehension Program and you need to pay ASAP. So they're getting more and more creative. All these different texts, but they share one thing. They all come from a random 11-digit phone number and contain a suspicious link that will direct you to a phishing site. And of course, their goal is to get your personal information.
Now, almost 50,000 text scams have been recorded by the DICT from just January to June of this year, and they said that they have already blocked the numbers involved. Aside from SMS scams, people are now also being hit with scams through chat apps like Viber and WhatsApp. PLDT and SMART have said that they are cooperating with the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center, or CICC, to look into these text scam hubs. They've also upgraded their cybersecurity tools to prevent subscribers from receiving malicious messages. From January to May, 500 million messages have already been blocked by the telco. Likewise for Globe Telecom, who said that they have strengthened their registration process for legitimate users. These include advanced encryption protocols to secure data transmitted during the registration process, live photo capture technology to prevent the use of stock or pre-existing photos, and limited ID submission retries to prevent random or repeated attempts to register with fictitious documents. But the DICT itself admits that they are having trouble reining these scammers in.
Yung mga scammers ngayon, it's the Southeast Asia ring alone is a $3 trillion industry. So talagang well-funded itong mga scammers na to. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Ang translation yan, pwede sila mag-hire ng mga magagaling na tao. Kami sa gobyerno, hirap na hirap po kami, maliit ho ang pasweldo natin sa gobyerno. So we are constantly trying to fend off yung mga attempts na i-poach at saka i-recruit yung mga empleyado natin.
To talk more about this, we have with us tonight DICT spokesperson Renato Aboy Paraiso. Good evening, ASEC. Welcome to The Big Story.
Good evening, Gretchen, Sean. Is
Regina.
that...
Regina, it's
Oh.
she's back.
Nawala lang. I disappeared for a few days. You forgot me na.
ASEC, okay, the SIM registration law was passed in December of 2022. And even up to the very last minute, before it was passed, it has been met with scrutiny that this probably isn't the right solution to the scams that proliferate. And it's been a year and a half now. Would you say we have enough data to say that the law is ineffective or effective? To judge whether this was the right decision in the first place?
Well, to say it's ineffective would be inaccurate. But we have to admit that the challenge it sought to address is already overtaken by new technologies. As you have mentioned earlier, these scammers and these threat actors have already migrated to several other platforms. So we have to understand that before, what was sought to be prevented was the proliferation of scam using text messages, SIM card. So the SIM card registration sought to take away the most prized asset of these scammers in their anonymity. But again, because of the advancement of technology, it's so fast that that particular problem was overtaken. Now they have migrated to several other platforms like OTTS, Viber, Messenger, and what have you.
Has it helped at all, though? The SIM Card Registration Act, has it helped curb it?
No,
anecdotally,
in
we're
the
all
first
still...
place, pag ginagamit mo yung SIM card, it has helped. Because again, pag nakikita nyo na ngayon, whenever someone's calling you or texting you, you can verify kagad kung sino. But again, there are several other inherent challenges there. For example, Pag sa OTTs na po or the Viber or other messaging platforms, once you register, even if the SIM is deactivated, your subscription or your services through those platforms still continue. So if you didn't register your SIM card, it's tuloy-tuloy lang ho. Second inherent problem there is maybe sa kahirapan na rin ho ng buhay, we have several reports and several incidents being recorded that etong mga kababayan natin, binibenta yung mga registered SIM cards ho nila. Not knowing the effect and the consequences they face. So these are inherent challenges that admittedly hindi ho nakita nung clean-up ho yung SIM card registration law ho natin.
With every message that they get, Asek Aboy, I can't help but think, no, napaka-contentious bago ipasa itong SIM card registration law, even during the administration of former President Duterte. Ngayon, yung original kasi na plano, dapat pati sa social media will require, documentation and proper IDs to be uploaded like how it is in other countries. In your opinion, Asek, no, kung pumasa yung part na yon, yung social media part na kailangan valid rin yung pagkakatao mo and you have to put in all this information, would that have helped at all?
Greatly, sobra. Not only in social media but also in probably itong messaging platforms natin na before they can continue their service or before you re-up your service, kailangan mag-present ka ng valid information mo, verifiable information mo. Kasi again, the most important tool for scammers is anonymity ho eh. So they post to be someone else. You just see the scams. They post to be someone else. They tend to be collectors. They tend to be the government seeking na magbayad ka ng mga tickets mo. So if that particular part of the law was passed, it would have greatly curbed out yung situation ho na scamming natin, online scamming for that matter.
And so is anyone pushing for that part of the law? Maybe as kahit na huli na, no? Pero at least better than nothing, or wala na yon. It's not gonna happen.
Well, meron naman ho. In fact, Congress is seeking to review the SIM card registration law. Along with, there are several other proposals like the social media membership proposal by Congress in its committee level. Pero ho, again, I take you back to some inherent problems there. One is, wala ho tayong jurisdiction over these social media entities po para i-compel sila na gawin ho yung mga sinasaad natin sa batas natin. Because they have no offices here, we cannot acquire jurisdiction over them. Much more so, yung mga messaging platforms na to. At least yung mga social media sites, so yung mga kaibigan natin sa Meta, sa Google, at even sa TikTok po, nakapag-usap naman sila and we executed the memorandum of agreement to the extent that they would yung policy guidelines ho nila they would tailor fit it for yung sa ating mga Pilipino and to help out yung mga law enforcement agencies naman natin para for easier access and easier investigation purposes pag ang ginamit ng platform yung mga social media sites ho nila.
I don't quite understand, forgive me, Asek, I don't quite understand when you say that the technology has advanced so fast that you aren't able to keep up, because to this day, every day, the scams that I get are through SMS pa rin. Not through Viber, not through WhatsApp, but through SMS. So,
Tama po.
so why is that? And I get multiple text scams in a day, at least 3, at least 4.
Yeah, but because apparently they have a new technology. It's called an IMSI. It's a portal device. This was found out by the NTC, our friends from the NTC, who is the primary agency, by the way, that would enforce the SIM card Registration Act. It's a portable device that would burst out and blast messaging, SMS messaging, without the need for a SIM card. So I think that technology is one of the challenges right now that we didn't foresee when we crafted that particular law.
Asek, we have a number here actually. No? Cybercrime cases rose by 21% in the first quarter of 2024, and top offenses are online selling scams and card fraud. Okay, as somebody who does online transactions, to be honest, pati ako na-scam na nitong online selling. At
Si Gretchen yung scammer.
sinubukan
joking.
kong habulin. Pumunta ako ng PNP, Anti-Cybercrime Division. Nireklamo ko, tapos na-trace yung number na yon sa isang e-wallet account, pero ang sinabi sa akin ng PNP, wala silang capability to trace all of the numbers. Even if they're registered, they still have a hard time going after where these people are because they are also able to submit fake IDs when they try to verify dun sa e-wallet platform. Pangalawa, matagal yung proseso kasi they would have to, I think, file the case bago papayagan ng korte na habulin o bigyan ng identity or ng details yung PNP. So bakit hindi pa rin? I mean, we have the numbers. They're using numbers for the e-wallet accounts, right? So why are we not able to trace them? What are the loopholes in the law?
Is it data privacy?
Yeah, I get your point, and you're not alone na, we that face this particular mga problema ho natin. We do acknowledge the fact that during the SIM card registration law, and it was widely known that kasi ang nag-conduct ng SIM card registration mismo is yung mga telcos na nakakapag-input ka ng mga fake IDs, fake names, fake addresses, even yung picture ho nung monkey, if you remember, that was a big issue back then. And we tried to NTC tried to repair that particular scenario by issuing a memoranda. But again, there are still challenges so pagdating ho sa location. So that's one thing is na-register ho nila yung SIM card na yon. But if to verify whether that address is true or not, it's a whole other issue. And second point po, Ma'am Gretchen, is when it comes to gaano ho katagal. It's taking a long time because it's the, admittedly, that's the process in our judicial, the judicial process here in the Philippines. It's really a long time to apply for a subpoena before you can access documents. And, it's a balancing act between safeguarding your civil rights as against, trying to curb out these evils in our society. So there are several cases already decided by the Supreme Court that, our civil rights, our rights to privacy still reign supreme. So, these are the challenges naman, hindi ng DICT, but our law enforcement agencies naman po na who try to go after these criminals.
Siguro the best way is to arm ourselves with knowledge. Of course, wala naman silang masascam if we don't fall for it ourselves.
Yes. Yun na nga. And one thing that the NTC already did is I think they all already issued several memorandums for the monthly reporting of these telcos to see what can be done, what can be further done. Kasi makikita ho natin ilan na yung nadi-deactivate, ilan yung mga numbers na nire-report na gamit ng scam. So we deactivate these numbers. And I think that the better memorandum that they already passed was telling these telcos to prevent person-to-person messaging, to allow them to have links that can be clickable by the person on the other side of that message, the one receiving them. So it won't go to, most of these links go to malicious websites where they do their scamming, whether it's phishing for your information or getting your banking details. So I think that's the best and most effective way that the NTC has tried to curb out this particular challenge.